As you probably know, I'm a professor at the University of North Texas, and so I get to interact with a lot of young people studying music in music school. And I wanted to talk about something because I feel like it's worth discussing and I feel like it's worth sharing and getting some opinions on. I'd love to have a discussion in the comments below, but I would also love for people to just hear this and consider it as they move ahead. The idea is, should there be work-life balance as a music major? Which definitely also relates to a larger question of, is work-life balance even a thing? I think maybe yes, but I also think maybe no. I'm not 100% sure that how important it is to have work-life balance in any of those things, because on the one hand, I do agree that you can't be at 100 miles an hour all the time with one thing without getting burnt out. But at the same time, if you never go 100 miles an hour with one particular deep dive, you're probably never going to fully realize your potential in that particular thing. I really do think that obsession is necessary for mastery. You have to be obsessed with getting better, obsessed with the process, and obsessed with getting feedback, and obsessed with just moving slowly around this cycle of getting slowly better all the time. And I think that this applies to music majors or anyone studying something super intensely, that you have to balance your work and your life in different ways at different points. So to me, being in college as a music major, that is your time to really work on your craft. That is dedicated time. And the second consideration is that really work-life balance just means you don't want to get burned out. You want to have time for yourself and your mental health and your friends and your family. But if you never take care of business on the thing that you're actually trying to get better at, you're going to be really upset when you get 10 years down the line and you didn't put in the time. If you zoom out with this idea of work-life balance and you think about work-life balance on a more macro scale, like it doesn't have to be every day that you have a balance of work and life. Maybe on a weekly basis where you think about how many days you work versus you don't work. Maybe it's on a monthly basis where you're going hard for a month and then you go and you don't work that hard for a month. Maybe you dig in for 6 straight years as a college student so that when you're in your 50s, you can chill. I don't know. It depends on your perspective on life, and it depends on your perspective about what you need in the moment. But I think that people don't zoom out like that and think about it. I'm going to work hard now so that I can chill later. I'm going to work hard when I have the energy to do it. I'm going to work hard when there's opportunity all around me. I'm going to work hard when I can make it happen, when I can stay up an extra hour and practice. I like to think about how athletes train in cycles. Those cycles might be 12, 16 weeks long, and they're training for a particular purpose in each cycle. Sometimes with musicians in particular, we just try to do the same thing over and over and over, and we just bash our head against the wall. But if you just took a little bit of time to think about how you're going to, in this period, work on this, and in this period, work on that. I've talked about this before on the channel, thinking about seasonality and thinking about, in this season, I'm going to work on this because my time is organized in this way, so I should be able to work on this particular type of creativity in this time. So that might be when I have a lot of time, I can write because I have time to think. Things are calm. When I'm busy in the middle of the semester, maybe I'm more working on technical things on my instrument because I only have 20-minute segments and I can work on one thing for 20 minutes and then I got to get on to something else and I can come back and work for 20 minutes again. So starting to think about your awareness of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what is the scope of the balance that you're trying to create, could really help you get the most out of your experience. And I'm not advocating that you should sacrifice everything and grind hard and all of these types of things, but I'm just saying you might consider the time frame on which you're trying to achieve this balance. And that if you don't go hard now and you don't go all in now, you're probably not ever going to. And that's okay. But these are choices that you're making. And if you don't make the choice consciously, it's going to happen without you thinking about it. And I don't want that to happen to you if that's not what you want. So should there be work-life balance as a music major? Probably, but the balance that you seek might be on a larger time scale than you're used to thinking about. So think about that the next time you don't want to get into the practice room, or you have to write a paper, or your teacher asks you to do one more assignment for your next lesson. This is your opportunity to grow as much as you can in as short a time period as you can, and then you can balance the rest of that later. So let me know what you think about that. I love to hear opposing and diagonal thoughts here. And if you agree, that's cool too. You can hit the thumbs up. But I think it's important to have discussions about this. And I think it's important to realize that the time horizon that you're on and that you think about can dramatically affect how hard you can work in the short term to have that long-term gains and have those long-term advantage over everyone else. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here on the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video.